KATV. This is Channel 7 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for watching tonight. I'm Scott Inman.
And I'm Christina Munoz. We start with some sad news tonight. One of Arkansas's highest profile philanthropists died today. Jennings Osborne passed away this afternoon at a Little Rock hospital following complications from a heart surgery about 3 months ago. Osborne was born in Fort Smith in 1943. His future wife, Mitzi, was born in the same hospital just 3 days apart, and their families lived only 13 blocks apart, but the two did not meet until the 9th grade. They started dating in college, and after only 4 dates, got engaged. The Osbornes were married on November 13, 1965. 3 years later, the couple founded the Arkansas Research Medical Testing Center, a business that tests the effects of new drugs on human patients.
I can work 20 hours a day and enjoy every minute of it.
The Osbornes made a small fortune there and then made their lives all about giving back, and even challenged others to do the same.
We just wanted to challenge everybody, you know. We try to give back a lot and challenge somebody else to give back.
The Osbornes most enjoyed giving to those that needed the help but would never ask for it. The abduction and murder of 13-year-old Casey Woody devastated the Faulkner County community. It was the Osborne family who paid for the entire funeral. In 2001, the holiday season looked dim at the Pulaski County Humane Society. Funds were so low, 13 workers were about to be laid off. It was Mitzi and Jennings who came through with a $150,000 donation. And many Razorback fans will remember the long lines that went with the popular barbecue feast that included 11 pounds of food that Jennings himself would dish out to tailgaters. But the most memorable image of Jennings has to be his extravagant Christmas light display that started as a gift to his then 6-year-old daughter, Breezy.
I'm a big dreamer. I love to dream. A lot of it comes true.
By the early 90s, it included 3 million light bulbs and could be seen from 80 miles away. But not everyone was put in the holiday spirit. Traffic snarls along Cantrell spurred a lawsuit from neighbors. It was a battle that went all the way to the Supreme Court, which in 1993 shut down the mammoth display, citing a public nuisance. The Osborne family channeled their passion for Christmas into lighting up 34 Arkansas cities as well as Graceland. The millions of lights that once adorned the Cantrell compound are now one of Disney World's largest attractions. In 2004, Jennings sold his business, but he certainly did not retire from working or from giving, for he truly believed that to whom much is given, much is required.
That would walk through fire to help a stranger. So you can imagine what I'll do for my family.
And Jennings Osborne was 67 years old. He leaves behind his wife, his daughter Breezy, and her husband. Now, Breezy released a statement today saying, "My father was an amazing man who all my life showed what a big heart he had for everyone, young and old, and regardless of background or wealth. Sadly, my father's big heart finally gave out." She went on to thank everyone from across Arkansas and the nation for all their well wishes and prayers. Well, one of the men who worked closely with Jennings Osborne over the years, former Little Rock Mayor Jim Daly. Daly says he never knew anyone who gave more to the community.
We caught up with him shortly after we learned today's news.
When I got the word, I mean, it was like, you know, it just knocked me out of my chair, because I know we were all praying for Jennings in the hospital and counting on his return to bring that new business to the significance that he had in his earlier business. So, I mean, I'm still in a little bit of shock since I just found out about 15 minutes ago.
And the reaction continues to pour in tonight. Governor Beebe releasing a statement this afternoon, too, saying Osborne brought comfort and entertainment to countless people. And while he's a larger-than-life public figure, he was also kind and always shared his financial success with others. Well, Arkansans who have been touched by Osborne's generosity are sharing their condolences on our website and on our Facebook page.
And here's an example of just a few of them. Gary writes, "The world, and especially Arkansas, is a much sadder place today. To the Osborne family, I am so sorry for your loss." And Andrea writes, "An amazing man who did so much for so many. He is in a very special place. Prayers to the Osborne family."
Well, as you saw in that piece a moment ago, Jennings Osborne was known for giving generously and living extravagantly. He's probably best known for those huge Christmas light displays.
Channel 7's Matt Johnson joins us live from the Osborne estate along Cantrell Road. Hey, Matt.
Hi, Christina. Well, the iconic Osborne house is eerily quiet today after the passing of Jennings Osborne. Now, a family friend and co-worker is here now dropping off some of his final possessions from the hospital. But if you take a look around, it's still hard to believe for some friends that Mr. Osborne won't be roaming this lawn with his favorite two dogs, Lily and Lucky. Now, the family sends their thanks and they appreciate all the prayers that have been sent out for Mr. Osborne. Mr. Osborne first made international headlines with massive Christmas lights displays here in the 1990s before those were taken down. The state is definitely mourning today the loss of so many lives in Arkansas, and we'll have a full report featuring some of the people whose lives Mr. Osborne did touch throughout his career. Back to you.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. And just last night, we sat down with Mitzi and Breezy, his wife and daughter, and talked about the struggles that he has been going through. All of those stories, including all of the comments that are coming in today about Jennings Osborne, are on our website. Just go to KATV.com.
To another big story today, developing news from the Oil and Gas Commission. They voted unanimously today to ban natural gas injection wells in an 1,100 square mile area around Faulkner County. It's an area that has been rocked by earthquakes over the past few months, and many folks there say it's because of the natural gas operations. As we told you yesterday, the owners of 3 wells in the area agreed to stop. However, Deep Six, the owner of another well, refused. After today's decision, though, they don't have a choice. A 2-day meeting scheduled this week to show the results of the study and any possible correlation between the earthquakes and the injection and disposal wells. Even though scientists didn't really have any hard evidence, Commissioner Mike Davis says putting people at possible risk was not right. The drilling ban covers Faulkner, Cleburne, Van Buren, Conway, and White counties.
New at 6 tonight, a tobacco shop owner in Searcy is arrested for possession of K2, a synthetic form of marijuana. Police arrested 57-year-old Ricky Lee Rhodes of Kensett after the substance taken from Mom and Pop's tobacco store was analyzed at the state crime lab and determined to be synthetic marijuana. As you might recall, a state law banning that substance was approved earlier this year.
Power was out to hundreds of homes in southwest Pulaski County yesterday. The outage only lasted 3 hours, but that was long enough for residents of a mobile home park to say things got dangerous. Here's 7 on your sides, Jason Peterson.
A section of Stagecoach Road near the Pulaski County-Saline County line is being widened. That's why energy crews are moving power lines back from their present locations. Doing this sometimes requires cutting or rerouting electric currents. Residents of Knollwood Mobile Home Park believe the project has been causing power outages. The most recent occurred Tuesday just past 2:30.
Within an hour and 20 minutes, it was at 92 degrees. And we do have central air and heat. And when that cuts off, it immediately goes up. This is not brick and mortar. This is sheet tin, and it's just like sitting inside a pop can.
Energy says Tuesday's blackout was not planned, so there was no advance warning given. When power was shifted from one set of lines to another, it was discovered that beavers had felled a tree on that line, preventing a smooth transition. Power was out for the hottest 3 hours of the day. Hall says it's too risky to mess with electricity supplies to a mobile home park populated with the elderly and disabled when it's 100 degrees outside.
Someone's going to die. These are not brick and mortar homes. Someone's going to die.
Energy has repaired the damaged lines and are taking steps to prevent such an accidental outage in the future. Jason Peterson, Channel 7 News.
All right, Jason, thank you. The rise in copper theft shows no sign of subsiding.
Coming up at 6:17, how you can protect yourself and your home from being targeted in the scheme. But first, Ned Permy is in with a look at any possibility of any cooler weather.